Hello, welcome to a new episode in the FLTK Rust tutorials. The last video I've been trying to streamline the development of FLTK and Rust with Android Studio. So there's a repo now, FLTK Rust Android, with some instructions on how you can use it. So the first thing is to make sure that you have all the Rust up targets for Android installed, which you can run with this command. And then you can basically clone the repo. So if you basically just so I'm having it cloned here. And then if you follow the instructions here, you can basically open the repo in Android Studio. So if you open Android Studio, we'll just close this project here. And if we go to this directory here, so it's this one. And then if we follow the instructions, after opening it, you need to set the Android SDK root and Android NDK root environment variables. For Windows, it's usually set using the set keyword. For POSIX system, it's export, so we're on Windows. So we can go here in the terminal. So it's usually this. So this is our SDK root, and then the NDK root. So usually if you have Android Studio, these are installed in the same, basically NDK under the SDK root. However, sometimes you can install them separately. So NDK, and then we'll be using the 21 version. And then you can basically just go to this location within the repo itself. So cd app source main cpp app, and now you can run the build. So cargo build, and we're building for this architecture, the i686. So you can see it's basically here. So if you go under the CPP folder here, the app folder is the Rust code. You can see the cargo tama, which basically only has FLTK, and in the source file, this is a basic counter example, similar to the Flutter example. The only difference here is that we have the no mango public string C before main. There aren't any CPP files. There is a CPP file, but it's empty. There are no Java files, only for testing. And you can see that basically we're performing our own theming here, since FLTK's theme doesn't really fit with the Android theme. So basically we have an Android window, which is a white window with the size of an Android view, and then we set the color of of the button to a material design, we also set the selection color for the button to a darker version of the button itself, so we can see the clicking. And we clear the visible focus from the button. We set the label size, since by default the labels in FLTK appear smaller in Android. And we set the callback to increase the counter. I'll also show you some examples from the FLTK repo itself, how it would look without any theming. So once this finishes, we can run the build here. We'll just open the emulator. You'll also notice in the CMake lists file. So basically this has the important linker flags and the libraries that are needed, the Android and the loglib. And of course our Rust library is indicated with the Rust lib. It's imported as an imported library, it's static. And then this manages all the architectures for Android. So the properties set for the Rust library depending on the architecture and the whether it's debug or release. So here, for example, if the Android ABA equals x86, it would search for the target in the i686 Linux Android debug, for example. So this basically, we'll just wait for this to start. So whenever you change the Rust code, you would basically just run the build here, and then run it here, and this should, the CMake list should take care of the architecture for the APK itself. Okay, so let's run this. So it's building. Just while this builds, we can check the FLTK repo for the other examples. So let's check some of the older examples, the counter example here. Well, this has a lot of theming, so maybe the previous one. Okay, so this doesn't have any theming. So once the build finishes, usually it's faster after the first Gradle build. So this is the counter example, which basically looks like the Flutter example, and you can see that the selection color here, if we click, it's just a darker version of this material color. For example, if we get this code here, we'll have to adapt it so it runs on the basically changing the signature of main. So okay, so here this will be no mango. So extern C, and this would go away. And here we'll change the question marks into unwraps. Run the build, and yes, with OK. Run the build again. So this is a basic FLTK appearance for the counter. Here you can see it. It's a normal counter with a normal window, which appears at 200, 200, and has 160, 200. So this appears like this on Android, so you can see the importance of using the Android window. And the labels are also smaller because the resolution on Android is different from desktop applications. So what we've done in the Android example is we've changed the label sizes. However, this functions correctly as well. So if we try, for example, the any other example, it should also work. So that was basically it for this video. Hope you can try out the repo here, and thanks for watching. Bye.